That yesterday was another thing that kind of shook my mind. And I was in Westfield Century City, Westfield Fashion Square on Santa Monica Boulevard, and Emma Chamberlain from YouTube has opened a coffee shop. She has opened a coffee shop, and this was legitimately the worst day of my life. When David Dobrik opened a pizza place on Sunset Boulevard, I could kind of tolerate that. There was lines of people outside waiting to see David Dobrik making pizza or something, and they're mostly 12-year-old people lining up at that pizza store, and I ate that. I ate that with dignity, even though it hurt my feelings that people actually, line up to these places. But I have to just accept that this is what the world has become, but not until yesterday when Emma Chamberlain has turned out to open a coffee shop called Chamberlain Coffee. And I was praying to God. I was praying to all the gods of now and before. I was praying to all the gods of now and before that this was just some kind of, a duplicate name. Maybe some kind of Chamberlain coffee brand has opened a new shop, and I was kind of excited because there was a line. There was a line at 8 p.m. in Century City, Westfield Fashion. There's no people at all at that time at that shopping mall. There's no people at that time. And there was lines of people lined up for the coffee at 8 p.m. at the coffee place called Chamberlain Coffee. And I was praying to all the gods of the now and before that it was just some kind of coincidence and this is some kind of new great shop. And that's why people lined up there. But having experience of how David Dobrik pizza played out, there was like lines of people specifically to that place. I'm not sure if it's even good, but it was like influencer marketplace. I pulled up my phone and I Googled it, and it was Emma Chamberlain Coffee Shop, and there was people at 10 p.m. lining up at the store. The Westfield Fashion Square was already closed. The Westfield Fashion Square on Santa Monica Boulevard in Century City has already been closed, but there was lines of people lined up to try Emma Chamberlain Coffee. This was the worst and the best day of my life when I realized that the culture has gone completely insane, that people have lost any kind of resemblance of independence, of critical thought, and they just follow with whatever the algorithm tells them to follow. If Emma Chamberlain opens an airline, I feel like everybody's going to be flying wherever. Even if they don't need to fly anywhere, because Emma Chamberlain has opened a airline company, people are just going to be flying because they want to be part of that imaginary world of YouTube creators and influencers, because their lives has been completely destroyed. They've lost all the independence and critical thought, and now everybody's has just been infantilized, and they just follow whatever the internet tells them to buy, even though they don't need coffee at 11 p.m. when the West Fashion Square is closed. And I'm here to bring this news to you in case you didn't know, because here on this channel we know that those things don't matter, and I encourage you to not subscribe and do not listen to me. Or if you listen to me, I just want you to understand what I'm saying and then never listen to me again. This is the point of the show, to make you understand the things that matter, they're not on your screen. But I have an emergency situation where my car might be totaled because of this rear bumper collision. Now I have water intrusion in my spare tire well, and nobody knows how to fix it. Insurance company, thank God, after a lawsuit and a complaint to California Department of Insurance, are willing to pay for it, but it might be too late. It might be too late. I've lost my income. I can't pay my creditors. Everybody's calling me, and I'm not sure what I'm going to say to my landlord. I'm not sure about any of that, and hopefully this is not the last video. Maybe it is, but it's not the last video. I'm hoping, please pray for me to the gods that you know, or would like, if you don't know any gods, if you would want to find a religion now so you can pray for me, maybe you can help me get out of this situation because it's dire. And Emma Chamberlain has opened a Westfield Century coffee shop that has lines at 10 p.m. Even though the place is already closed, people are trying to be part of that world. And this is the worst and the best. This was the best and the worst day of my life when I realized that the people has been completely obliterated and lost all the ability of critical thinking.